Okay, so we move on from streaming to actors. We're back to actors. And over the past couple of days, I have talked about a couple of actors that have regretted not taking roles. So a couple of days ago was Nicholas Holt, or Holt rather, Nicholas Holt. He actually screen tested for the Batman. He didn't get it. He screen tested for Top Gun Maverick. He didn't get it. Tom Cruise says, "Hey, come be a part of Mission Impossible 7." He was all for it. And then he had contractual agreements to his show. Subsequently, he couldn't do it. I'm sure he's going to be on Tom. He's in Tom Cruise's speed dial though because he liked his work. Yesterday, we talked about Rachel McAdams. Now she was in movies like Red Eye and Spotlight, phenomenal career, and then she turned down things like Iron Man, Mission Impossible 3, and a couple others. And it's like, whoa. But she needed to take a break from her career. Today, we have another story. And it's just amazing how these all come out at the same time. So, 3 in 3 days. So, um, this one is about Johnny Depp and Mark Wahlberg. So, they actually had a shot, if you can imagine this, to be in the Ocean series. That's right. I'm talking to Steven Soderbergh, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, and Ocean's 13. They had a shot to be in that, and they did not take the roles. Now, personally, I've not seen Ocean's 12, but I love Ocean's 13 and I love Ocean's 11. Um, that all being said, let's go to the. I want to read you this because it's fascinating. George Clooney says Mark Wahlberg, Johnny Depp turned down Ocean's 11, and they regret it now. The actor also regrets doing Batman. The star-studded Ocean's 11 cast could have looked a little bit different. George Clooney recently confirmed reports that both Mark Wahlberg and Johnny Depp were approached to play Linus in the first installment of Steven Soderbergh's now iconic franchise. The role eventually went to Matt Damon. The film's A-list cast also included, of course, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, Andy Garcia, and John Cheadle, amongst others, with producer Jerry Weinstraub and a great script to help them assemble their team. Nonetheless, they ran into some roadblocks. Steven had just done Aaron Brockovich in Traffic, and he was nominated for both films, Clooney said during an Ocean's 11 panel on the 2023 TCM Film Festival. So people really wanted to work with Steven. That said, some people did say no to us, Soderbergh chimed in. They did, Clooney replied. Some famous people told us to go fuck off. Mark Wahlberg and Johnny Depp. There were others. They regret it now. I regret fucking doing Batman. While multiple actors turned down the role in the films, getting Roberts to sign on at the time was a major get for the project. Clooney recalls how he convinced the actress to star alongside of him in the Ocean's franchise. We sent Julia a script, and I wrote a note on it. So I hear you got 20 now a picture, 20 million. He remembered. And we sent her a $20 bill. It made her laugh, and yes, she jumped right on board. The film's success led to two sequels, Ocean's 12 in 2004 and Ocean's 13 in 2007, with the original cast, as well as the female spin-off Ocean's 8 in 2018, which stars Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Rihanna, Helena Bonham Carter, Mindy Kaling, Sarah Paulson, and Awkwafina. By the way, I walked out of that. That is only one of 3 movies ever that I have walked out of. Ever. Chariots of Fire was in 1981, which I was too young. I was 6 at the time. And Great Stone, The Legend of Tarzan. I think it was in 83. So those are I can tell you firsthand, but that movie was horrible. Okay, last paragraph here. A prequel is an active development of Warner Brothers from Jay Roach with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling to star. Plot details are being kept under wraps, but it's also known as an original Ocean's 11 story that is set in 1960s Europe. Okay, let's talk about this real quick because there is something to be said about this. Um, Look, the fact is that, first of all, the reason why I walked out of it is because there was no story. I mean, had they put in a cameo here or there, you know, so Sandra Bullock was supposed to be playing Danny Ocean's sister, right? Well, there was no, I mean, you could have had a flashback with George Clooney, a couple of others, nothing. Matt Damon didn't, there was no cameo by Matt Damon, there was no cameo by Brad Pitt. I just couldn't get into it. I left. Anyways, the fact that they're actually making a prequel with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. So what they're doing is um, they're banking on, okay, they are banking on um, Barbie doing really well. It's what they're doing. They're banking on Barbie doing really, really well because guess what? Barbie is starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. Surprise! So I think here's the thing, and I hope it does well. I'm not dismissing that. I just think that if it underperforms, I wouldn't be shocked to see that scrapped. And frankly, here's the thing: I don't care about it anymore. I love the Oceans franchise. I don't care anymore. Okay. Um. Hell, you know, why don't you? This is what I mean. They need to be coming up with something new and something inventive. Don't do prequels of IPs. You know, it doesn't make any sense. You know, how he became a thief, you know, pulling off his first job. I have a serious issue with it. Um, and they've already got the stars. They've already got the stars in there. You know, I mean, I'm all for saying one thing. I have to see the story, right? Because look, or a trailer, but if you're telling me that, here's my question: what if Barbie fails by their measures? What if Barbie fails? What if Barbie fails and then they're left holding the cards? Well, what are they going to scrap it? I don't know. I'm tired of reboots. I'm tired of everything like that. But you know, we'll see. Um, but to know that those two guys weren't in there, interesting. It's an interesting thought. Now he says he regrets doing Batman. I think it might have been the nipples. I kid when I say that, but I mean, it was just, you know, 25 years later, 20 years later, you go, okay. But you got to remember it was a paycheck at that time. I mean, he was still a heartthrob on ER and everything else. So, anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think you could have seen either Johnny Depp or Mark Wahlberg play Linus in Ocean's 11? What do you think about this prequel reboot? Is that something you'll see? Is it something you're interested in seeing? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments and I'll get back to everybody.